Hello and welcome to Legally Speaking with me, Tarun Nangia. Corona has brought in times of change, and how? A lot of businesses which were cash rich don't have as much money, but they have a lot of cases and arbitrations pending. And that is where a new concept called as funding of litigation and arbitration. Ladies and gentlemen, that's right. If you have a case, you can have people to fund it, and if you win the case, you have to then share the part of the proceeds. This has changed the whole legal market because a lot of businesses who have dues that are due to them, but they are fearing to litigate or arbitrate, can now access this fund, and then after they win the case, they can share a part of the proceeds. So that makes it quite easier. That is why I think a lot of people will look at dispute resolution in India in a very different manner as this concept gains ground in our country. And to discuss this very important issue and the potential of this concept, I have with me a very eminent panel. I have with me Senior Advocate Pinky Anand. Ma'am has served as the Additional Solicitor General of India. I have with me Vasant Rajshekharan. He's partner with Phoenix Legal, one of India's leading law firms. I have with me Kundan Shahi. He's founder and CEO, Legal Pay, which is India's first company that does third-party litigation and arbitration funding. Welcome all of you for taking out time and joining me on today's episode of Legally Speaking. I will start with Ma'am Pinky Anand first. Ma'am, in your long career, you've seen many people litigate, small to big. With Corona, things changed. Do you think this concept would completely change the universe of litigation and arbitration, how it is looked at by people?
Tarun, you are right. But before we even go to the Corona period, I would say this that this entire concept has started becoming fairly popular from about 2008. I mean, this is broadly to do with the economic recession globally. The whole idea has been that people who have justified claims, who don't have the wherewithal, ultimately the David and the Goliath kind of scheme and the high litigation or arbitration cost, whatever may be involved. And because of that, you don't litigate and you don't get your justified claims. So it's not a question of litigate. In fact, I shouldn't have used the word. It is to get your justified claims that you're unable to go to the judicial or the arbitral proceedings because you do not have the money to do so. And therefore, you actually lose out in the battle of this kind of battle of the giants or whatever you might call it. So I think the whole process started acquiring immense kind of popularity and practicality. It's not only popularity, but practicality of requiring this funding for this purpose in 2008. Corona has made the situation obviously crazily difficult for people, and therefore the need to have such mechanisms into place where you are able to pursue your legitimate rights and your legitimate expectations and everything that is the rule of law, so to say, to actually get those claims. So third-party funding is something that, and I'll tell you one thing, Tanal, I have been mooting this proposition in this country because today we have come up with becoming a commercial hub of the entire globe, and we are competing with the best in the world and hoping to be even better than them. So the whole idea of being able to come there in that level, and particularly commercial and the economic levels, is to ensure that you are able to give people their and businesses and the corporate world their dues in life. And the only manner in which to work it at this point and in regular times too, aggravated at the present point of time because of COVID, is to such processes where people are able to use this as a legitimate exercise and to go forward. So in India, in fact, I mentioned to you, I actually mooted this proposition and tried to take this forward, and we'll continue this conversation further. But we have now started dealing with it as a reality. However, there is lots more to be said.
Okay, now Vasant, I want to know from you before I go to Kundan that you run a law firm. You have all kinds of clients. Uh, these are not exactly rosy times for many of them because money is hard to come by. Of course, few companies are doing well, but on a large, the economic climate means people and GCs are cutting down on budgets. Now, if an amount is due to a company and they are short on cash, people forego litigation. They are scared to litigate. They feel that the expense will be prohibitive. What do you feel litigation funding brings into the table for them?
Thanks, Tarun. Yes, you are absolutely right. We are in an unprecedented economic situation, and the clients, uh, be it a big conglomerate or be it a individual, they face cash crunch in getting the justice access, getting the justice access to the justice. But as Pinky said rightly, that the third party funding is catching up in India, and this will be a real boon to the the interested clients to sort of enhance the access to justice. And this is though third party funding in India is taking a baby steps, but I think a lot has to be unraveled in the coming days and years, so that it will get a proper legal framework and legal sanction to protect the interest of the client as well as the funder in the process of enhancing the access to justice by allowing parties to play only on merits than that of the cash powers.
That's a very good point, Vasan, that litigation funding makes the field equal. It's now not only the person who's got greater access to cash and can hire expensive lawyers like Pinky Anand, they will succeed. A lot of other also lawyers will have the clients will have the opportunity to succeed. I'll get in Kundan Shai at this point. Kundan, you in a sense entered this business in a country which was alien to this concept. Of course, there would have been some odd cases of funding, but in your case, you wanted to go mass market. You want people to take this. Can you make us understand how litigation funding can help a small business? Let's say businesses which are 200-300 crores in turnover max, the big guys have all the access to funds. Can you share it with us how the mass market will benefit with this?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for having me here. I'm really excited. So obviously litigation funding, as Pinky Anand rightly mentioned, that it got momentum during 2008 recession, right? So what 2008 recession did to American economy or the Australian or the UK economy, we believe that the Corona or post Corona period has brought the same kind of effect on Indian economy, right? The cash crunch is everywhere, right? And nobody is immune to that, right? So the virus pandemic and its recession is hitting everybody, every industry very hard. The companies are bracing for furloughs, layoffs, hiring freezes, right? So this recession has arrived, and businesses are actually trying to find out ways to transfer their financial risk, which is associated with litigations. So what third party funding or litigation funder does is they kind of evaluate your meritorious claim and help you with the capital support. We are nowhere involved in the litigation or the your choice of counsel. We are just a very kind of you're a financial partner in the entire journey.
Okay. Point taken. I'll go to Pinky Anand at this point. Ma'am, a lot of businesses are alien to litigation in terms of, many don't have an exposure unless they have a big case where they actually know that there are big stakes. Many times foreign clients are involved. Would you feel that a lot of small scale businesses now will look at aggressively and actively accessing these kind of funds to get what amounts are due to them?
Tarun, basically, let me tell you this, that today's panorama of the commercial world stretches across and principally stretches across the small and the medium, possibly more than the large, in terms of the share or the percentage of the market as a whole. So when you look at it, and constantly, India has been, in fact, promoting constantly the small and the middle level MSME also, the investors, to basically go into the corporate world and to try to help this process. So, from time to time, we are grappling with this resolutions, because disputes will arise. The minute you have commerce, the minute you have any kind of commercial interest or investment, you will have some issues or the other arising. So the idea being how to resolve them. So actually, you're looking at this segment of the market even more closely than the larger segment. Larger cases are more.
I want to know, sorry to interrupt you, but I want to know from you, like many clients come and meet you at your office.
Yes.
And of course, you give them an idea, the kind of dates in court or the kind of expenditure that they have. Do you think this option will encourage people for healthy litigation and arbitration? Because, they feel, okay, I don't have this much money, but let me access this fund and let me go ahead with this litigation. Do you think this concept will gain currency in India? Businesses will look at this?
It has to, Tarun. There is no other option but for it to do so. The only thing is we have to, as a country, we have to recognize it and to regulate it. Now, what is today the position as far as the country is concerned? It is happening. it is, of course, as Vasant rightly said, the baby steps have been taken, but the baby steps have to go on to become a reality. Any exercise, in order to be effective and to translate across the surface, has to be not only available fully, but regulated so that there is a clear demarcation as to how you can actually exercise those rights and at the same time protect also. Because please remember, the minute you have a third party funding, you have another arrangement which creates a number of issues in question. So coming back to your question in particular, when people come and we do find that there's an obstacle, honestly speaking, there are times and times, and particularly when you're dealing with, let us say, individuals or smaller corporates, you will find that money or the actual investment in litigation is an impediment and an obstacle. So people will say, is it so much? It's not worth it. So those are the considerations. You have the entire system of even delays in a system, which is part of a roadblock. So how to get out of this roadblock? Yes. If this answer is available on a basis which not only is available but also regulated to protect the investors, I think many people and many organizations, many institutions, many corporates would exercise their rights to utilize it to their benefit and to go ahead. Otherwise, failing which, they would have their impediments and they would be blocked.
Point well taken, Vasant Rajshekharan. I want to know from you now. You run you're part of a large law firm. You have many clients, and many of these clients and businesses have multiple cases. Do you think it will now become a standard practice to offer such kind of packages to clients that, okay, you can go in for funding, you have a strong case. Why would you want to, block your capital litigating? Just take funding and you'll not have to increase your budget for litigation, because I understand all companies have a certain budget allocated for litigation in a year. For different companies, these are different amounts. Do you think law firms will take it as standard practice from now on?
Tarun, it's a very interesting question. As I said before, it ensures a level playing field. At the same time, it sort of give the enough bite power to the parties who wants to pursue litigation. They are not going to stop because there is a cash trap, there is going to be a cash flow issue. So definitely they will use this as a proper tool to access justice. At the same time, I would like to highlight upon the ecosystem in which we are playing right now. Because only mere access to third-party funding is not going to give the desired result, because we need to develop an ecosystem revolving around the third-party litigation funding. The thing is, already the Indian judiciary is known for having a huge backlog, and thanks to COVID pandemic, it added an insult to the injury already. Few statistics for everyone to consider. As on date, 70,000 cases pending in Supreme Court, approximately 59 lakh cases pending across various high courts, more than 4 crore cases pending in district courts. The second data I would like to say about is the vacancies across from the top judiciary till the tribunal. 8 out of 34 judges are vacant in Supreme Court, which is approximately 24%. 454 vacancies out of 1,098 sanction strength in the High Court, which amounts to approximately 42%. Tribunal, 240 vacancies ranging from chairman to members. And judge people ratio, as per 2020, we have 21.03 judges, the 21.03 million population, we have one judge. So it is a two-dimensional approach. We need to ramp up the infrastructure. We need to upskill the judiciary, train the judiciary, so that the third-party funding will lead to ensuring disposal of the matters.
Okay. I have a follow-up question for you, Vasant. The smaller businesses have shown a keenness to litigate in the recent years. Litigate in the sense to go in for arbitration, because they are clearly seeing the benefits of arbitration. It is time bound and you certainly get some result. You have a right panel and things go very smoothly, and we have very eminent arbitrators in this country now, because people are taking up this profession even full time, and you have senior advocates, retired judges who also have started doing this, and they are also advocating for arbitration. Do you think this concept of litigation funding, that okay, I want to go in for arbitration, let me take funding, I have a strong case. So always the guy who feels that he's got a strong case will take it as a default option that, okay, I don't want to block cash. Let me fund it, let it take a year and let me go in for this case. Do you think that will be standard practice for even smaller law firms to tell their clients that, okay, fund this, you have a strong case?
Yes, I would like to say the answer to this question is yes, because of the judicial delays, the alternate dispute resolution mechanism which is coming up, and the government is committed to promote, and the judiciary is supporting it because there is a pro-arbitration friendly approach. Even for the emergency arbitration, yesterday the bench of Justice Nariman has given a judgment recognizing the emergency arbitration is enforceable in India, and the alternate dispute resolution mechanism is going to be the landscape for future commercial matters. We need to take into consideration of the amount of investment going to come in various sectors. For example, the infrastructure, the government, as per government figures, $1 trillion is expected in next 5 years. Think about the commercial contract to be entered, and we need to have an alternate dispute resolution mechanism like institutional arbitration to cater to the needs. So, be it small business, be it big business, they would definitely go for alternate dispute resolution, including arbitration and mediation going forward.
That all law firms will adopt to this and clients will see benefit. That let me fund my arbitration. I'll go to Kundan Shahi now. Kundan, could you share with me that why should small businesses consider litigation funding? Law firms will push it because obviously it is beneficial for the client. But do you think clients themselves will now consider it, saying that they'll go to the law firm and say, I want to fund it. Can you help me do it?
Sure. Perfect. So, I mean, by design, the internal budget for any company is designed from defense perspective, not to pursue a claim. So there are many times when a company they bust their budget and they don't have enough capital for that particular year to pursue a claim. That time they might leave a very meritorious claim. So litigation funding is one of the options they can actually avail. Second part is that I would like to emphasize on that one important role that a funder plays is that we serve a reality check. Funders are very objective by nature because we don't have any emotional attachment to the case or any parties involved. So when we fund a case, it's a validation of the claims, and most of the time it will go for settlements. This has been happening across.
Can you
Sorry,
also
please.
MSAT cases about accident and all of that? Even these kind of cases are fundable?
I mean, these cases are fundable, but we have not funded such kind of cases. Obviously, we see that kind of ambulance chasing happening in USA, but in India we have not actually explored that kind of opportunity so far.
So
Primarily, we are very much
arbitration and MSME litigation cases and arbitration cases.
exactly. So we are primarily focused on the very much business to business cases, which are into arbitration or the litigations.
Okay, I see this as a very interesting panel. You know why? You fund litigation. Phoenix Legal is the one who gets the clients, and Pinky Anand who arbitrates and argues. So in a sense, you are the complete value chain on this panel represented today. So when these three work in synergy, it is the client who benefits. So that is why, and everybody almost agrees that funding litigation is now going to come of age in India. It is going to pick up. I'll go to Ma'am Pinky Anand. Ma'am, people now don't know of this concept. Law firms now, but bigger law firms know. Smaller law firms, I don't think are acquainted with this concept. Do you think, like we push mediation and arbitration in the initial stages in this country, do you think time has come to push litigation funding to the client? You're not audible.
Tarun, sorry, I think the times have totally changed. We do need to come to a time where there is a reality check. And when we talk about reality check, the fact that you need access to justice, and there is another reason actually, Tarun. See, traditionally what has happened is because there is a concept of champerty, which prohibits lawyers from actually financing any legal or litigation, so to say. Because of that, the entire concept is that third-party funding is something which possibly is illegal, because champerty is. Now, there is this entire confusion that needs to be rooted out of the system and kind of new look on that and a review of that. Because third-party funding, firstly, of course, it has been accepted globally, it has been debated upon. Secondly, it is regulated so that you ensure the best benefit for everybody concerned, including the funder as well as the person who is funded or the corporation which is funded. And basically, the entire oppositions to this system possibly stem from this. Take the MSET case, for example. I know there is a time when I had watched the entire systems, and seeing America, for example, where lawyers would go to accident victims and offer their cards. Now, that is something which is totally prohibited in India, and understandable, and we want to stand with that. We are very clear on that part of legal ethics. But third-party funding, where it is a commercial interest, there is a question of somebody benefiting, getting the legitimate. You are not backing any process which is illegitimate or illegal. If it is, then it is outside in any case. You can't, there's nothing which you, for example, let's say gambling, something which is prohibited. It cannot be for a venture which is otherwise prohibited in law. But if for a claim, some sustenance is given and some support is given, some succor is given to people who can't, and they also engage in an exercise which is there in agreement, which is enforceable. And what is most important in arbitration, Tarun, is confidentiality, disclosures. These are some of the essential features. What we need today is really a complete mechanism in place so that you safeguard everybody's rights and to ensure that the process of law remains transparent and there is no opaqueness in the system, which is what we need to ensure.
Point well taken. In fact, I remember a discussion with Justice Sikri some time back, where he said that the potential of mediation and arbitration in India is so huge because the largest number of cases in the world is in our country. So that potential and that market is unfathomable. And who says commercial disputes are a service to society? You give people faster resolution of a dispute. It's a service to society, service to business. Vasant, from the point of view of a person whose interest of your client is at your heart whenever you are into this business, we started pushing arbitration about a decade and a half ago. There were baby steps. The courts also stepped in. Now hybrid courts have come in. Courts are getting sensitized that clients don't have the money to travel to Delhi every time or to the High Court, because states in India are very big. You can't go to the High Court 400, 500 kilometers away for one hearing. So you have online courts. Lawyers have now the opportunity to appear online. So along with the hybrid court, a funded litigation is an essential component of being in the legal community in India. That okay, hybrid court and litigate your funding. And you are tension free in that case, that if I have done no wrong, even to get justice, I don't have to block my money. Because in the end, what is litigation? You block your money. I am in the right, but I still spend many lakhs just to get vetted by the court. Now that is funded. Do you think that changed the game in favor of the honest businessman?
Yeah, absolutely. Now we are inching closer towards the justice delivery at the doorstep.
Yes.
With the technology and with the kind of hybrid court you said, and with the third party funding coming in play, absolutely it's going to be a game changer with respect to justice delivery mechanism. And people won't mind, the business community or the individuals or any enterprise won't mind litigating it and wasting time and energy and cost to it, because there is a third party litigating funding which comes at your doorstep, and you engage a reputed lawyer and your job is done, and it doesn't affect your cash flow. It doesn't affect you need not spend time and energy on it, and it's the monkeys off your back. And at the end of the day,
you complete then else.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you are going to get the asset out of the litigation, and you're going to give whatever the percentage is agreed between the parties. At the end of the day, you are win-win situation for the litigants.
And I Noida builders, just take a small market. Thousands of cases of arbitration and litigation because you've not been able to pay vendors and you've not been able to settle with the flat people who booked the flats. It's a big market. Noida is one of the country's largest markets. I'll go to Kundan Shai at this point. Kundan, Vasant, people like Vasant will push, funding litigation now because not many people are aware. India awareness takes time. Do you foresee a day 4-5 years down the line when clients will say, okay, this is my file. They'll call a call center, maybe your company or some other company, and say, okay, I'm sending across the file. Please vet and see if my case is eligible for funding. Do you think that awareness is what will come in India soon? Because India, the per capita income is $2,000. We are not a rich country. People, litigation expense is actually difficult. Unless you're a very large corporate, it is difficult. Do you think that day will come in India?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, the total Indian legal expense market is close to $20 billion, right? So we
$20
spend
billion.
close to 1.5 lakh crore rupiah every year we spend, right? It is growing by 8 to 10% CAGR every year, right? So we do see that if people get to know about the availability of litigation funding, they will definitely like to kind of transfer their risk. But the important fact is the entire ecosystem, whether law firm, lawyers, or the bench, they need to, I mean, understand the importance of the litigation funding. Because when I started a few years back, hardly, I mean, 1% of legal fraternity were aware that litigation funding is due in India. In 2018, when Supreme Court passed the judgment, I mean, they mentioned about AK Balaji versus other case, right? They mentioned that litigation funding has never been barred in India, only that lawyers cannot participate, right? I mean, they cannot fund a particular case. So that actually started from clarifying the doubt about litigation funding being legal, illegal, that kind of things. Another part is we kind of see some increase in the awareness with the law firm or the lawyers in the recent time, but we also need to educate the bench or the tribunal. If they get to know that this case has been funded by a litigation funder.
Thankfully, we have judges in India now, especially now people who are getting elevated, who just been elevated in the past 1-2 years. They are so much aware of current generation's problem of today's lawyers. And they are sensitized to this issue. And I'm sure they want to help and push this. Like the earlier generation of judges pushed arbitration. I am so happy when I see Supreme Court judges pushing for arbitration, and they say that they want people to arbitrate. Not all cases need to come to the court. I think this generation of judges will push litigation funding.
Exactly. So another point, another quick point I would like to add. Every fifth case filed in Singapore arbitration is related to Indian parties. So if India has to become the arbitration hub of Southeast Asia, the litigation funding is one of the key
That's a good
components. We are the
topic
key
which we will
stakeholders.
take for another day. In fact, I was speaking to GCs of a very large corporate, I think 2 weeks ago. He gave me an idea that don't make India a hub of arbitration. Pick up one city in this country and give it all the infrastructure and make that city a hub of arbitration. Making a whole country and having multiple hubs is very difficult. Pick Bombay, Delhi, Bangalore, pick one city and give it all the facility. But that topic is for another day. We had a very good discussion today. This is first in a part of a series on mediation, arbitration, and litigation funding. The troika, which can solve India's problem. And in fact, litigation funding also means that lawyers and the legal community will benefit because there will be an ability to pay with the client. The client will be able to pay his fees, not pay after, we can see there is a lot of the clients not paying later. That also gets solved when this happens. But thank you, ma'am, Pinky Anand. Thank you, Vasant, Rajshekharan, Kundan Chai. Appreciate you taking out time and joining us. Thank you, viewers, for joining in. Thank you.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.